Can you be passionate about your life and also have prosperity? Oh my gosh, it's a word I can't even say. I definitely need some coaching around this. Welcome to Set to Love. Today we have Tierra Womack.
You can live a life in flow where your deepest heart's desires become reality.
You are here to contribute through your essence, fall deeper in love with your life and the journey that you are on.
Take what works, ditch the rest, and always stay set to love.
Thank you for being a part of this community. We're all designed to live in flow. So let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tierra. Good morning, Shelly. And Shelly, happy birthday to you. Tomorrow. Yay. Are you so excited?
59.
59, is that what you said?
It's the last day of 59.
Oh, last day of 59.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you for that.
How are you feeling?
I feel amazing. I feel really grateful and amazing for my life, and just looking forward to this morning and being present, and just where my life is, I have no regrets. I just feel super grateful.
Love that.
I love that too. Well, I'm so excited for the show today. Welcome everyone to another Set to Love. We have one of our favorite guests, Tierra Womack. Yes. She has her master's degree. She's a wealth and confidence coach. And today she is talking about passion and prosperity. Prosperity. I don't know what word I was saying there earlier. So please give us some knowledge. Tell us. I messaged you the other day. I said, what are you fired up about? What are you super excited about? And this is what you're super excited about. So tell us why. Why is this top of mind for you right now?
Well, first and foremost, thank you both. Like, I absolutely love coming on. You both are so sweet, so special, so special. So thank you. So yes, when you messaged, I was like, so what am I fired about? And I had to think about it for just a minute. And I'm like, there are so many people that are unfulfilled right now. And I believe it stems from, us having to slow down with coronavirus and all of that. And the blessing, if there can be a blessing with COVID, is that you had an opportunity to stop just living in moments where you weren't really being present, like Shelly just spoke about. And it really made you reflect on, okay, am I really happy? Am I doing the things that make me happy? Do I even know what that looks like? And so with all of these people that are unfulfilled around the world, including even myself, when I had to do a little bit of pivoting and shifting, I realized that it comes back to being passionate about what you are doing, being passionate about the life that you are living, and rediscovering, right? Because we're all born with these passions, but rediscovering what those passions are, in case we've gotten so caught up with life that we seem to forget. So that passion and prosperity piece is like it.
And you sure can see it in your face. You are just so beautiful. You're so
Shelly,
glowing, and I just think you're such a beautiful person, and it just exudes out of you. With this topic is perfect, but you just really are. I admire you. I look up to you. You have so many great things to tell us. So I am excited about this morning.
Me too. One of my questions for you, Tierra, right off the bat, is I think a lot of people feel like you can be passionate about something, but you can't make money in that thing that you're passionate about.
My gosh.
So you can make money working really, really hard at something maybe you don't love. So you can have a lot of money over here doing something, or you can follow a life of passion. But putting those two things together seems like a dream, a fantasy. So what would you say to someone who kind of takes that perspective?
I would say choose to write a new story for yourself. If you feel as though you cannot make a lot of money by doing your passion when you discover what that is, think about if that's really your thought process, your belief system, or it's somebody else's BS. Somebody else's belief system that you've been raised to believe, right? Based off of their experiences, trying to go after their passion and saying, you know what, this is scary. It didn't work out for me. I want you to be safe, and out of love, I'm going to tell you to just chase the money, just chase the prosperity. And, I used to get emotional even talking about this particular piece of what you just mentioned, because I realized maybe even about a month ago that I never gave myself credit for hitting the 7-figure mark. Because it was such a time in my life when all I was doing was chasing the dollars. And it was also the period where I was dealing with, narcissism in my life. So I literally was miserable. And then I thought about it literally a few weeks ago. And I said, I never patted myself on the back. I never gave myself credit for achieving that, which a lot of people think is a great accomplishment. And I do too. But I know that I was not chasing the passion at all. So now that I am aligned with my passions in my current businesses that I have, it's like there's so much abundance. There's so much prosperity, opportunities, beautiful souls such as you both that come into my life in ways that I could have never even dreamed of, where the only way the prosperity doesn't happen now is if I get in my own way because it's so aligned. So I say dare to choose a new story for yourself where I make a lot of money doing something that I really, really, really am passionate about.
So I want to ask you too. When it comes to money, because I know money is important and all of that. And so you've had a lot of money and been miserable, and now you find your balance. But can you answer a question for me? Does money make you happy in any way though? Or how did money change you in the sense that you figured it out? But a lot of times people think if you have, 7 figures, you're going to be so much happier.
Yeah. The thing about it is this, the money is just a part of your external. But if you haven't started to work on accepting that I am doing something that I enjoy, or maybe that I don't enjoy, and I'm making this money and any other limiting beliefs that you have, when you make 7, 8, 9 figures, you're still that person that has that limited mindset. You see, so it's almost like with people who have that old story, and more than likely it's been something they've been conditioned to believe that when you have a lot of money, you'll be happy. But if they haven't done the inner work, they themselves won't be happy. Me personally, I feel like no, money doesn't make you happy, but neither does being broke, because I've been both. So I would rather have access to money in my life because it allows me to impact and serve others in massive ways. Like I love being able to go into a grocery store and see a mom with children and she's behind me, and I give the cashier, $100, and I'm like, put this towards her bill, and I leave. I like, those are the things, and I need access to money to be able to do those things. So I do feel as though even if you're someone who says, well, money doesn't make me happy, I'm not I don't need a lot of money. That's very true. But Mother Teresa has a private jet. And she says, you change the world with a checkbook. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? It's like just understanding you can impact more. And even if you have money and you don't want to necessarily be tied to dollar signs, then think about what you can do in donations and philanthropy and being able to serve, having access to that money. So I just see just a generational shift around wealth with a lot of clients that I work with, and even myself, when I wanted prosperity in my life, when I was going through some down times, but I still had a poverty mindset. So I had to do a lot of work around changing that out picturing.
So my question for you now is, do you pursue passion first or the money first and then your passion later? Or do you do both at the same time? How do you do that? How do you, if they seem disconnected in your mind a little bit, how do you, where do you start with this? Follow my passion, which sometimes you do for free in the beginning. Most people know the thing you're passionate about, whatever that is. You don't just wake up out of the gate and start making millions doing it. So what advice do you have around following your passion and following that prosperity?
Follow the shiny brick road to passion. The money will come, I promise you. And I didn't believe that. I was taught you go to college, you get a career, you get, 6-figure, whatever that looks like. I remember when my counselor in high school said, what do you want to do? I looked in a salary book and I looked for the highest salary. It was a CEO. And I said, that's like literally no direction whatsoever. And so that's how I picked my career path. I said, oh, I guess, okay, how do I do that? Oh, you become an entrepreneur. Okay. But to answer your question, now that I have put the passion before the dollar sign, the money's still coming, and it comes easier because before with the road to seven figures, it was so much push and pull. It was so much push and pull. And that's because I wasn't passionate. I owned a telecommunications business, like boring. I'm sorry. It was very boring, but it made a lot of money, and all my other business endeavors, I was not passionate about those whatsoever. So, it's just kind of having that mindset to say, what lights me up? And figuring out what that passion looks like, and then going into, believing the prosperity will come, and having that belief system. And it will. Everybody that I've seen living their passion and having the right money story belief, they are also abundant.
You said earlier that you did a little bit of work to get out of the poverty mindset. Could you share with us maybe a few things for some of us that still might feel that way, that could help give us that jump start to having a better mindset?
Yes, I actually did a lot of bit of work, and I still continue to do a lot of bit of work. So I don't want to diminish at all this journey in reconditioning, and shifting your BS, your belief system is you have to be committed, right? But I intend to change and shift some generational things that have gone on and create new generational legacies. So with that being said, there are some more complex, really dense things that can be done. But I would say one of the simplest things that I started to do was like noticing where money was coming into, or abundance was coming into my life. So whenever I would see, like, loose change somewhere, dimes, pennies, quarters around, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much money in my life, right? So just seeing that, like, there's money everywhere, there's money everywhere. And people are thinking, well, aren't we talking more, 20s, $100 bills and thousands of dollars? And it's like, no, because all it is just physical things that we put value on. So, in my mind, this penny can be like $100 bill, because the money energy doesn't know anything different. Ooh. So that was a practice that I started to do, and and that really worked for a while. I haven't done it recently, but that's how I kind of got started in shifting that money story, just noticing where there's money. When there's someone who offers you lunch, to take you to lunch, or offers to buy you coffee or something, that is abundance. That is prosperity. Like, oh my God, there's so much abundance around me. Just becoming aware of where these manifestations of abundance and prosperity are coming into your life, and then more will start to come. It's magnetic. So those are some, more simple practices that I started doing early on, probably about 15 years ago, when I was starting the journey to shifting and figuring out what my new money story was.
I like it.
I love that. One of the things that Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret, talks about, what she was talking about when she was making her film, how she was like down to nothing, like down to like whatever, $100 in her checking account or something. And she just kept and she's making this movie all about The Secret and all about abundance and whatever. And here she is, like, down to the wire. She went out and was like, she gave that money to someone else who needed it, like some homeless person or whatever. And it was like, she had to like walk right up to that line of faith and how she felt about that money. And she had huge blocks around money. That was like one of the a lacking mindset. I'm never going to have enough. I'm never going to have enough. I'm always going to be short. And she just had to, every time that thought came up, she would just tackle that fear, go right up to it and say, nope, I have enough. I have enough. Even down to where she was like really down to her last little bit, and then gave it away to someone else, like that act of service and that act of like, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. And then like later that day, something miraculous, of course, some beautiful synchronicity happened that she talks about. Have you ever noticed that? Like, just when you kind of get down to that feeling of like, I have to have it, I have to have it, I have to keep it close. When you can release that, it's just this freeing feeling.
Yes, it's so, contracting when you're like so focused on the money coming in. I always say it's like ordering at a restaurant, like just you set your intention, like ordering your food, and then enjoy everything as it comes out, fully knowing that it's coming. And like that story, that amazing story you just told, when Rhonda gave that piece of paper essentially away that we equate to monetary value. When she gave that away, she opened up space to receive more. So whenever I spend something, especially in those days when I was kind of like, a little like, ooh, do I have the money for this? And it's like, no. I mean, I always within proper budgeting, right? I don't want anybody just giving away all this money, but I would say whatever I spend comes back to me threefold. And then so it's like whatever, because I would be in the store, like, you kind of look at the prices and it's like, nope, whatever I spend comes back to me threefold. And I was attracting that in. And something else that I just thought about too when you were telling that story is kind of going in and just not looking at prices. Like, to change back to Shelly's question is like, because I have that habit. If I go somewhere, it's like I see what I like and then I go to the prices first, and that would help me pick what I wanted. But it's like, no, pick what you want. And then, because that's somebody who's walking in a prosperous mindset. But yeah, I absolutely have seen when I give away, especially in service to someone, I'm always triple blessed. Triple plus blessed.
Okay, but I do need to tell you, I did that the other day. I went, some friends took me shopping, and I went into the store, and it was just, I saw from the window this beautiful fabric, and I was looking for a top for my birthday, and I didn't even care. I just went in there and I thought, oh, I'm going to try this on. And then boom, I looked at the price and it was $250 for a top. I didn't have $250. So you can't always get it, but I got part of it, right?
Yeah, you did. And
Shelly, you were in Malibu, so you kind of have to think about, like, you were not in Ross
You're surrounded,
or even Macy's. You went to some boutique in Malibu on the beach. So
exactly,
what do you expect?
Yes,
but throw that out there, world.
But I used to manifest a lot like that in regards to, I would go into the stores that I knew were outside of my price range, but I would go in, like, in my mind, I was shopping. It just wasn't a priority for me to buy that day, but I had the money. So it was like, I knew, so it was like, okay, oh, I like that. Oh, I didn't even look at the price tag. Just like, I like that. But, going back to Eva's point, it's like when you are in a place where the price point matches your priorities financially, then you just kind of say, oh, I like this top, this. Okay. And then you look, which one do I like? Okay. And this is the one I get. And then let the teller tell you how much it is.
Oh, that's a great. I'm going to practice that, but I think I'll go. I won't stay in Malibu.
Yeah, right. But anywhere, the restaurant, I used to have that habit too. Like, I would go to the prices first. So I would, like, say I went for seafood, right, or pasta. I would look at the prices, and then based off the prices, then I would look at the food and then pick what I wanted. So it's like shifting that to say no. And if you feel yourself doing that, to come back and look at the food, see what you want, what resonates with you, and then look at the prices.
That's great advice.
Great advice. Tierra, what another amazing show today on Flow Friday. I love having you here. Thank you so much. Any final words for people, and where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at The Brave Way, or on Facebook. I have a private Facebook group called Triumph Over Narcissistic Abuse, or www.thebravewaytribe.com. And as far as final thoughts, it's just like being aware of where you are standing when it comes to following your true passions, fully knowing and believing that prosperity will follow. And also to see if you are in a prosperity mindset with some of the practices that we talked about today, or if you are still coming into the world and into the day from a poverty mindset.
Beautiful.
Love it. And we love you.
Yay,
you'll be back, I'm sure.
Yes, please. I will be honored.
I can't wait to have you back. Wealth and confidence coach, Tierra Womack. I just want to let everyone out there know, Shelly and I had a coaching call with Tierra, and it was so powerful. Even just taking 1 hour of this woman's time, it is so worth your time, your energy, your resources. She is a wealth of knowledge, and she is so willing just to, here you go, give it out into the world. So if you have an hour and you want to dive deep into your prosperity and your passion, Tierra's your woman. Thank you, everyone, for being here today on Set to Love. Shelly, you want to take us out?
Yes, I will. Okay, everyone. Thank you for today. If you would like to find us, we're at settolove.com. If you want to email us, ask us a question, or if there's any show questions you have, you'll find us at settolovepodcast@gmail.com. You guys have a great day, and hit the bell.
Hit the bell.